Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. I totally forgot to put in my earphones. So if anything sounds weird, that's why. It's because I had to run outside with a tiny dog that I've been trying to make him go to the bathroom since 7 o'clock this morning, and he chooses right now. It's got to be right now. So, good morning and welcome to Thursday, May 1st. It's the 501st day. It is. So happy 501st day to all you Star Wars nerds out there. How you doing? Did you sleep okay? Did you? Did you have a good night? I did all right, I guess. But we got a few things to talk about. We got some wild things to talk about that we should have talked about yesterday. We have had rain for, I swear, 40 days and nights. It's amazing I'm not floating away. And I do live in the country, so when it storms, the Wi-Fi and the power just is terrible. It goes in and out all the time. So that's why I wasn't here yesterday. I apologize for that. Write an angry letter to Mother Nature. It's her fault. But it's time to say good morning, as we do, which I enjoy. And make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy content. Let's go! Good morning, deranged lunatic. If you're not first, you're last. You're not first, you're last. So everyone else is last because DL is first. Good morning, contributing producer Kino, who did so much hard work the last 2 days. Thank you so much. Good morning, Omari. Dude, I've been thinking about you because I have turned the other cheek. Baby Billy Freeman's new banger from his hit series Teengus. Sorry, I can't do it without the headphones. It's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. I need these earbuds that actually irritate my ears. But anyway, I've had turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Man, I'm going to miss Righteous Gemstones. When are we getting a Baby Billy Freeman spinoff? When's that happening? I'd watch Teengus. I'd watch it hard. Good morning, Taco Cat. Good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, Fernando. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS. You shared my mug? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, friend. Good morning, Jalen. And Kino is back, he says. You didn't miss much. I'm just gabbing. Just gabbing. It's whatever. It's whatever. But yeah, it's still rainy here. I'm gonna start building a boat. Gonna have to, because what the crap, man? It's ridiculous. And let me tell you something. I'm greatly affected by the weather. It just brings me down, man. All right, guys, let's pop in to a couple headlines real quick and see what's going on before we get into our crazy topics. Okay, so first, good morning, Loki. No chickens have drowned so far. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. They make really good scrambled eggs. Good morning, Christian Phantom Geek. Hello, long time no see. All right, so that was the wrong thing. That's not what I want up. I'm going to take this down, and I'm going to put this. Oh, my goodness. It's acting so crazy today. Okay, here we go. Hello. So, crazy news coming from the Wrap, which is, legit. So, apparently, Luca Guadagnino's That's it. Hello, words are hard. DC movie Sergeant Rock has been scrapped. The script for the project was written by him Oh, okay. I read that wrong. I apologize. The script for the project was written by Guadagnino's Challengers / queer collaborator, Justin Kuritzkis. Someone pronounce that for me. And would have starred Colin Farrell. Well, I can't say that I'm too bummed because it sounds like this guy, Kuritzkis. Okay, I know that's Polish. I'm thinking it's a ch sound. Kuritzkis. Anyway, it sounds like he writes pretty sexually graphic stuff. And I don't think I necessarily need that in a Sergeant Rock film. I mean, I would love to see a Sergeant Rock film, but maybe this is for the best. Maybe we need to find a different script writer. Good morning, Red 5 Network. Good morning, Rosif. Oh, yeah, they'll recast it as Zendaya or Pedro Pascal. But yeah, this doesn't sound like a forever thing. It sounds like creative issues. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it was the script. So the issue, one insider noted, came down to scheduling. Okay. The film, which would require a lot of exterior shots, needed to start production this summer and wasn't going to make the date. Budget didn't appear to be an issue. It was meant to come just under $70 million, which for a high priority comic book adaptation is a bargain. But yeah, come on. This all sounds like it just wasn't working out script wise. So, good morning, Nicole. Happy 501st. It says main issue was scheduling, but if they really want something made, they'll make it happen. Oh my goodness, what a surprise. Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. I think it was more than scheduling. I think it had something to do with the script. I mean, come on, the guy who wrote Queer and Challengers, the movie known for threesomes, writing a Sergeant Rock movie. Sounds like there were other issues other than scheduling. All right. Moving on. We got some behind the scenes to Chris Hemsworth. Let's just watch this for the whole stream. Hey, this is important, right? I never saw Challengers either. Not my bag, baby. All right. Let's see. What else we got? I mean, I could just watch that all day if that's okay with you guys. More behind the scenes of Chris Hemsworth filming Avengers Doomsday. There he is. And other people as well. The Dream Team are back. Stunts. Behind the scenes of Hayden Christensen filming Ahsoka. It should have said Master. Like he's finally been granted the rank of Master. All right, moving on. Okay, so this, and I'm not really sure what the huge deal is like. I know that Leafield has been very vocal lately. about Marvel not giving comic book creators their due. So we've got a sneak of what the crap, man? Like someone took a picture of their phone of the credits of Thunderbolts. It says Thunderbolts was created by Kurt Busiek and Mark Bagley. Special thanks to Brian Michael Bendis, Ed Brubaker, John Buscema, Steve Epting, David Finch, Devin Grayson, Mark Grunwald, Jonathan Hickman, J.G. Jones, Bob Layton, Steve McNiven, Daniel Michelin, Tom Morgan, Paul Neary, Jimmy Palmiotti, George Perez, Joe Quesada, John Romita Jr., Jim Steranko, and Roy Thomas. Avengers created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Captain America created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. The Century created by Paul Jenkins and Jay Lee. So I guess the problem they're having, Liefeld, whatever. Listen, I can't pronounce names, which is ironic considering my name. I'm just saying. So apparently they want, and I've heard Rob Liefeld, say before that he wants them at the beginning of the credits. All of it should be at the beginning of the credits. I'm not really, sure. Yeah. Okay. I don't see how that's a big deal for Marvel to actually do, but Loki's raising a point like this way they don't have to give them money. I mean, they do. I still think they do, consider, with licensing rights and stuff. Good morning, Penny. Oh, you're in Palm Springs? Lovely. Sounds nice. Because now we have the what's that new legal, it's not new, but Creators Bill of Rights. They got the Creators Bill of Rights now. So I think it's nice that they put all these names in there. They put all those creators in there. That's wonderful. You should. I'm not understanding the huge complaint. I guess they're not being paid enough, and that's important. You should definitely pay them what they're worth. But I've heard Liefeld say that they want it at the beginning of the credits. They want everyone to see their names at the beginning. Scuttlebutt says George Lucas was kicked out of the Directors Guild of America for not putting credits at the top of Star Wars. That's really dumb. I don't really see the difference. And maybe I'm just like not getting it. Maybe I'm just not getting it at all. But to me, as long as your credits are in there, what's the big whoop? Kino says, and that's a known fact. That's why they're pushing all the new characters. The studio owns the rights. The classic characters are still owned or have it. Okay. So yeah, that's what there's licensing rights and stuff. Licensing rights. So, okay. There's that news. What else we got before we get into that? Okay, let's check out our behind the scenes stuff. From Supergirl. Scarif Scuttlebutt says, unions have a benefit. 8-hour workday, weekends. I love my union. It's true. Unions are important for a lot of industries. Facts. If I'd been a member of the Makeup Artists Guild, I definitely would have gotten paid for that movie. They would not have allowed that to happen. Facts. Okay. So let's check out our behind the scenes looks at Supergirl, we've got more Supergirl stuff behind the scenes, more of her fighting on this ship or tank. And she pops out of the tank, looks around, jumps up, and kicks people. Kick them. Kick them. Throw it. Again, pops up, flips around, lines up her shot, kicks him, slams that guy down, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting some hype for Supergirl. I'm not kidding. Getting some hype. I'm looking forward to it. Must be a space colony. Again, it's on my list of things to read. Read. Words. It's on my list. I need to read Woman of Tomorrow. Yeah, no, that's not Lobo. That's definitely not Lobo. I mean, look at the hair. I hear my dog. He's being very poopy because his daddy's out of town. You see, they're all dressed alike. They're all dressed exactly alike. So I'm going to assume that that's not Lobo. Other opinions, welcome. Tell me what you think. But I got some hype. I got some hype for Supergirl. Omari says, Woman of Tomorrow is great if you want to see Kara be a smartass. Always. I love a good smartass. Jalen says, I hope we get a poster or teaser of some sort for Comic-Con for Supergirl and lanterns and some Clayface news and finally have a Marvel versus DC action. I think we are a lot of years away from Marvel versus DC. I'm not ruling it out entirely. But right now it would be kind of a weird move for them when they're trying to establish themselves as a real competitor for Marvel. I think we're a few years away from that, but we shall see. But yes, I want some posters. I want some images. So far, the DC marketing has been awful. It's just not good. We are, like 2 months away, 2.5 months away from Superman. And we've had more looks and trailers for Fantastic Four than we have for Superman. We have one real trailer for Superman, that teaser, and the artwork, like not even a real poster, but some artwork. Well, we do have that one poster, the one, but not good marketing for the DC stuff. We need to step that up. So far, it seems like it's James Gunn in charge of the marketing, which is not really working out for him, man. Like it's causing some issues. For instance, let me see. What am I on here? Okay, good. So you can't see this stuff. I'm trying to pull it up. I thought I'd saved it to my bookmarks and it's not there. So either I did save it and Twitter's just being Twitter again and dropped another one of my bookmarks, or I didn't. So there's that. I'm going to drop that and pull this up. But speaking of James Gunn being left to do the marketing for Superman and the DCU movies, we've got this post saying, happy anniversary to Mr. Terrific, who has long been one of my favorite characters. It's been a joy bringing him to the big screen for the first time with my pal, Edie Gathegi, in theaters July 11th. But he catches a lot of crap for these posts because he's always in it, which, I mean, it is his post on his account talking about what it means to him. So, I mean, I can see the logic there. But this is the only real marketing we're getting for Superman. Nicole says, I'm okay with that. Less is more. That can also be said about movie trailers. That I understand. But there's been no marketing whatsoever. You can market a movie or a TV show without giving away the store. And they're just given this. Jalen says, I think Superman is doing worldwide marketing rather than just marketing only in the US. Got it. But where is the marketing other than Twitter posts? We need actual marketing. So, good morning, Dom. Yeah, he's kind of marketing himself at this point. Like, look what I did. And again, it's on his accounts. It's on his social media, talking about his experience on this film. I can see the logic in what he's doing. But where's your marketing team, my dude? Shouldn't they be doing other things? Shouldn't there be like interviews with the actors, like real ones? Anything? Hire the Barbie people. Hire the Barbie people. Their marketing was absolutely genius. Like, come on. Let's do it. Loki's got a good point. Considering the budget, maybe they have none left for marketing. We'll find someone who's super passionate about it and is willing to do it for peanuts or free movie tickets. Anything. Give him a popcorn bucket. What is the popcorn bucket? Why am I talking about the popcorn bucket? Because y'all know how I feel about the popcorn buckets. Kino, again, there is none. The trailer and extended trailer, underwhelming in my opinion. There needs to be a hype trailer. We have 73 days until the movie drops. This isn't looking good. Like marketing, anything. I mean, we don't necessarily need more information in a trailer to give away the movie. What we need is them to tell us how excited they are for the movie and why we should be so excited for the movie. Backyard TARDIS says they're playing for that trailer. They're playing that trailer in front of Minecraft. I think that's what he's saying. That's Minecraft is doing bonkers. So maybe just getting kids hyped for it that are going to see Minecraft. Jalen says they did hire the guy from the Avengers movie for marketing, but I don't know. They need to do something. We're 73 days away. We need more than James Gunn's social media posts, okay? Did you hear also that this hashtag super shit thing, it's actually possibly, here's the thing. Nerdrotic is saying that it's real, that James Gunn is kind of poking some jabs at the Snyder cultists in the movie with mutant monkeys trolling Superman with hashtag super shit. First of all, Nerdrotic doesn't work for the DCU. He doesn't work for James Gunn. We have no actual proof that him saying, no, this is real, this is legit. We have no proof or real reason to believe that it is true because he doesn't work there. Is it possible that it could be true? Sure. We'll find out once the movie comes out. But I'm not going to believe everything Gary says at face value. That's just who I am. I don't care. And I know he's got his audience and he plays to his audience. That's what you do. Me, I have to I'm unable to change who I am for any reason whatsoever. It's impossible for me. And it's probably that's a double-edged sword for me. I don't mask well. But again, it could be very possible. And it could be like a throwaway thing, just like a jab at the Snyder cultists, because they really do not give Gunn a fair shake. They are refusing to watch the movie because it's not Zack Snyder. And that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's just some childish, immature. That is not a DC fan. That is a Zack Snyder fan. There is a huge, huge difference. So, I mean, Mark Twain said, write what you know. And it'll always be good because it's, okay? And I take that to heart. I always write what I know. Okay. And that's what any good writer does. They draw from their own experiences, or they research the experience of others. They become experts in it, and they use that in their story. They don't, and that gets kind of a bad rap with the whole, he injected himself into the story. No, he's using a tried and true writing technique called writing what you know. Like, you don't write the exact experience as it happened. You find ways to use it in metaphor or bits and pieces of it. Am I making any sense? Probably not. Because I'm just a giant weirdo who has no idea what they're talking about. I don't know why you guys are listening to me. Anyway, you draw from your own experiences and you make stories from that. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's what you're supposed to do as a writer. That's what makes it really good. So if he wants to take a little piece of his personal experience as someone in the public eye who's gotten an unfair shake simply for who he is not, then that's pretty smart, honestly. And so long as it's used like Jalen's saying, it's just a joke, then that's great. That's great. So I'm not sure where this comment is coming from because I've been rambling on for 5 minutes about one thing because I wasn't articulating very well. So we are in the business of facts. I do not like just throwing things out there without having vetted it, which is where Kino comes in. Kino helps me quite a bit with that because I'm probably chasing chickens or tossing buckets of water out of my basement. So, and all that. Jalen, I don't know. I'm just exhausted about the whole discourse for this movie. From the James Gunn has an ego, the Suits, Snyder fans, or cultists, the scoops, the test critics, and more. It is exhausting. It is exhausting. And all of this has become like the National Enquirer. Remember when movies were just movies? And like Scarif Scuttlebutt said earlier, I think it was on Twitter, and maybe it was in the chat. It's all blurring together for me, pal. But he said, like, now we get the drama all the time. Remember when we used to just have, if we got some behind the scenes, it was like, oh, look, behind the scenes. We were so shocked and surprised. Now it's a tactic. If you think that these studios are completely unaware and so surprised that this stuff has been leaked, you're very naive, my friend, and I want to live in your world. But it's kind of like, it reminds me of when comic book publishers realized people were collecting comics and making money off of them, and they started doing all those special editions, which flooded the market, thus making them worthless. That's kind of what's happening here. They realized how those behind the scenes and leaks and all that stuff made us feel special and got us excited for the film, wanting to kind of, oh, that's that leak I saw. There it is in the movie. So they've started using it as free advertising, free marketing. And now they do it all the time. Junk bonds. Junk bond marketing. Fernando says, I'm tired of the leaks. Stop ruining stuff for the fans. And then picking it apart like you're looking at a final product. Come off it. Oh, this looks terrible. Look at the terrible CGI. Because it's not done. You're looking at a leak. The only time I would say that that was valid was the leak of the leader. Never forget what they took from us. Never forget. All right, guys. Moving on. Did I just do that? Okay, no, I didn't. Woo! That was scary for a second. I thought I exited out of the window. Let's talk about the crazy thing that happened the other day. So if you don't know, Chris Claremont is one of probably my favorite all-time X-Men writer. He is absolutely awesome. I don't care what Loki says. I think he's great. He has done some silly things, but I still think he's a fantastic writer. And I have a few Chris Claremont books myself. I really wish I would have pulled one of them out. What was I doing? I was talking about Chris Claremont and I got lost in my own thought process. But anyway, Claremont was at a panel. Sorry, my back itches. Here we go. I was trying to find information where the panel actually was, and I don't have that written down anywhere. But Claremont was doing a panel, and so if you don't want any possible spoilers for Doomsday, but I'm wondering what the whole reason why I want to talk about this, Alabama Comic-Con. Thank you so much. Alabama. So Alabama Comic-Con, he was doing a panel. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because, excuse me, I want to know what his motivation was. Why would such a legendary, renowned comic book writer spill all this information? Is there an agenda? Is he getting old and senile? Does he just not give a, like, what was his motivation behind all of this stuff? Fernando, it sucks when my back itches, and I do too, and it's part of my condition, skeletal dysplasia. I have short arms and short legs, but this, I need an actual, there we go. Yeah, that's the stuff. Holy shnikes, Batman. That's so much better. Yeah. Giant scissors. Now I will walk around going, butt scratcher, butt scratches here, get your butt scratches here. Anyway, the reason why I want to share this and talk about it is because I want to know Claremont's motivations. I got a lot of respect for the dude, so I want to know what his motivations are. Liefeld, are you happy, Rosianto, Liefeld. I'm just so curious about his motivations. So here it is. I've got it. Thank you, Kino, for getting this all ready to go for me and give me the timestamp. It starts 9 minutes in, like he's answering some questions. And all of a sudden,
yes, can.
This happens.
I'm sorry. Has anyone seen the commercial for the 50 superhero, 4 supervillain not X-Men movie. Almost sounds like it. You better believe it. Marvel movie that's in the process, in production now. Doomsday. No. A positive.
Did anyone see the commercial?
I mean, we've got.
Is he talking about Chairgate?
We've got Robert Downey Jr.
Chair
playing
Watch 2025.
evil person. Iron Man. Wait. That's confusing. And then he's playing 2 other roles.
So
I used to know that. But then
he's saying Robert Downey Jr. is not only playing Doom, but also Iron Man and 2 other roles. So Robert Downey Jr. playing a total of 4 roles for RDJ.
Chris Evans is playing Captain America, young Captain America, evil Captain America, and Captain Hydra, or something, that Lord Hydra, whatever that. It's like, what the? Why did they just
4
cast
roles
the
for
Avengers,
Evans.
the original Avengers, as all the characters, villains, assistants, sidekicks? Yeah. Apparently, after denying it vociferously for at least a year,
It's a great word.
What's her face is coming back as Widow, not the Widow.
Scarlet Johansson.
No, not Scarlett Johansson. What's her face who had the giant rock fall on her?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Elizabeth. Scarlet Witch.
President Dalton, right? I mean, so she's coming back not only as Scarlet Witch, but a good Scarlet Witch. So I don't know if that means that the Vision's coming back. It's like all the original X-Men are coming back.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks, we didn't know if Famke Janssen would come back, but now Famke Janssen is coming back. But she's coming back
Famke
as
Janssen
Phoenix.
is coming back as Phoenix.
It's like, oh, thanks.
Dope.
And apparently,
Didn't Niciesa write some of that?
Psylocke
You
is
can do
coming
it, Chris. Psylocke. I love
back, but
Psylocke,
she's
by the way.
no
I don't care what
longer
Loki says.
Asian. Still wearing the same outfit.
Yes.
And there's a rumor that Wolverine's going to kill somebody important.
See, here's the thing. Exactly. And he just said Wolverine's going to kill someone important. Why is he doing this? That's what I'm talking about. What's the point of it? Why is he doing it? He's just at a panel at a Huntsville Comic-Con answering questions, and then he starts just rattling off everything or everyone that's showing up in Doomsday. Chris said, my NDA. Yeah. Like, is he trolling? Is he completely trolling? Is all of this just total pants and none of it's true? Is he mad at Marvel for some reason? Does he just not care one way or the other? Does he even know? Again, is any of this even true? I have so many questions.
Which would just, I'm sitting here thinking, why are you going to do this and make us wait for 3 years for the first X-Men movie? Why don't you just make this the first X-Men movie? On? Who cares about the Avengers? It's only been
True.
20 years. Get it right now. Oh, and the FF are coming back. Oh, wait, they're already back.
Facts.
Or will be already back in
Facts,
July.
strange lunatic.
and it'll establish, apparently, the FF will be back, have been back for 3 years when they run into Galactus. And it's like, yeah, but shouldn't he be taller? He's taller in the comic. It's like Godzilla's.
So here he is, just throwing shade now in Fantastic Four. Good morning, Truth. Good morning. All tea and coffee. Just saying, this is coffee. This is tea. Maybe he was drinking or on the weed. On the weed. That's funny. But let's see, how far are we into this? Okay, so we got a couple more minutes.
Taller. Gojira is taller. So why did it... Now you know what it's like to deal with Marvel continuity. And but I'm sitting here looking at this, and they have somewhere between 20 and 40 mainstream characters. We're talking A+ to B+, maybe with a couple of B's thrown in for giggles. Characters in this film. I mean, the number of cool chairs with labels on them that they will have to have for the actors to sit on while they're waiting to be called for their scene. It like stretch from here to, Mississippi. But are we in Mississippi? Confirm it's not there. Dude, I've been through the Dakotas. You are so behind the curve. And with all due respect, based on my country of origin, we should all be pledging allegiance to His Majesty. That's a story for another time. But it makes things so much simpler. But it's like we're going to spend a 2-part, God knows how many billion-dollar movie, sorting all of this out, and it'll be like, you'll need 3.5 hours in the first movie just to get everybody on stage and say, let's get them off stage.
Right.
And it's...
Like, is anyone going to be able to get any screen time? We've got a cast list of 50 chairs or more. How is anyone going to get any substantial screen time?
Jeez. No. And everyone's saying the Thunderbolts, Thunderbirds, it's really cool. I'm thinking, why don't we? You've got this unknown person in the sky who is just doing a Martian attacks scene from the Tom Cruise movie. Remember that from 10 years ago? War of the Worlds.
Feige's sending his personal hitman as we speak.
And he's just like disintegrating people all over the place. Apparently he's disintegrated the Avengers all over the place, which then why are they coming back for this other movie? Never. What?
Avengers are all gone. I mean.
But really, what are you going to do to Chris Claremont? What are you going to do to Chris Claremont? You going to fire him again? The man's got enough royalties. Come on. Fire him. He's retired. Let him. Yeah. For why, I ask. Exactly. What is the reason behind spilling all this information? Marvel, what did you do to Claremont? Feige, what did you do to Chris Claremont? Hey, what did you do? And maybe they didn't do anything at all. Maybe he's just like, I got something to talk about that they're going to love. So I'm going to talk about it. I mean, he seems to have a few problems with the whole thing. And he's not shying away from it. He's throwing some shade. Kino, he probably didn't know he was being recorded until later, is my guess. I don't know. I mean, maybe probably didn't 100% know that, yes, I'm being recorded right now, but there's always the possibility. You're always aware of the possibility that this is going to be on the internet. And dealing with Hollywood writers is a thing. That is true. But
Maltese Falcon that was wrapped up in a little bag, and A shot B and B shot C and 4 said,
Mr. Bates, I will look at another direction.
okay, go to Casablanca.
Oh, I should.
And then when it was all over, he waited 50 years, and the sequel showed up on TV that was, wow, this is good. Sam Spade, she gets out of prison, they hook up.
so now
She
we're talking
dies.
about
Then he comes
Casablanca.
to France, and he meets someone, even Mary Jane Watson, into
Let's see.
his next. Whereas these days, it's like, turn the page. Why? Because that's what you do with pages. Okay, what happens next? Turn the page. Oh. Am I fetching? Yes. Why? A, because I have to wait a year to see what's going on.
Mhm.
And B, I'm desperately terrified that I will see what's going on, and I'll sit there and going, where's the editor? Because that's what Stan used to do. It would be, he would read this and say, oddly enough, what the dickens is going on? And he would have to go
What the
rewrite it
dickens?
because we actually like publishing good stuff.
Anyway, that's basically all your Doomsday spoilers. It's still, it just feels like he just started talking. He just feels like he just started talking, and like, I don't know if it's a case of forgetting himself and he was just relaxed and kind of going into it, or he totally knew exactly what he was doing and he wanted to throw some shade. And give a damn's broken. Yeah, probably. But yeah, what the dickens is going on here? Jay Willikers, Mr. Leibowitz. Jay Willikers, Mr. Claremont. Anyway, hey, this is a crazy amount of stuff he's dropped. Like saying that, pardon me, Psylocke's coming back. Wolverine's going to kill someone super important. Elizabeth Olsen is back and she's a good Scarlet Witch now. Robert Downey Jr. playing 4 characters. Chris Evans playing 4 characters. I mean, that's a lot. And also, it hasn't been taken down. It's still up. It has not been taken down. I'm really surprised by that. I'm really surprised. It's been days. It's been days and it hasn't been taken down. That's very surprising to me. Very surprising. What do you guys think? Like, does he have a bone to pick with Papa Feige and the MCU with Disney? Is he just like, I don't care. I'm old. I do what I want. I'm Chris Claremont. Do you think that these spoilers or leaks that he's dropped are untrue? Do you think it's just a troll? Like, what do you think? Tell me in the chat below. Fernando says it could be a misdirection. Could be a misdirection. That would be interesting if it was. You're trying to subvert our expectations by setting different expectations first. I can see the Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans thing being true, because I've heard for quite some time that Hydra Cap is showing up. There's been a lot of call for Hydra Cap. But does this give you, do these leaks or spoilers, does it give you any more hype for Doomsday? Does it make you feel more excited about it? Was there any of those leaks that you were like, yes, oh, that's so awesome? Or were there any where you were like, this sucks, I'm not watching this movie now? Here we go. The guy sitting next to him works at Marvel, and he didn't stop him. So maybe there's some credence to what I was saying, that they're using it as marketing, junk bond marketing. Deranged lunatic. Why do they need to keep hiring new actors if they're just going to recycle the old ones? It's a good question. What about new content? Oh, I think it just broke. No, it didn't. No, wait, no. Oh, my earbuds broke. Nah. Loki says, because nobody cares about the new ones. Did I fix it? Yay, I fixed it. Yay. Okay. I mean, a lot of normies probably wouldn't care. There are people who are strictly just MCU fans. There are normies that are just strictly MCU fans. They only know what the MCU gives them. I care too, Jalen. I care too. I want new ones. Truth says, spoiling a film 10 years in advance is going to be the new marketing strategy. That's funny. Well, it does make people, in a sense, make them feel like they're insiders too, like they know something. Oh, I know what's going to happen. Fernando says, maybe the Amazing Spider-Man actor comes back as a werewolf. Andrew Garfield comes back as an actual werewolf. That would be funny. That would be really funny. I don't know. I like Psylocke, so I'm intrigued to see that. She'll probably have like 0.5 seconds on screen with the amount of characters that they've got. That's just a concern for me. The amount of people, you know, in the film just kind of like concerns me. Loki, wait, isn't that the point of this show? That's right. You're welcome. You've all been educated. You're all insiders. Go forth in peace. I bless you. You are all official nerds. It is a holy day, the 501st. Fernando says, Olivia Munn is not a good actress in my opinion. I did say I was a fan of Psylocke. I didn't say I was a fan of Olivia Munn. Kino, how many are flashbacks? How many die again? How many are pictures on a screen? And how many have an active role in the movie? That is going to be the question. That is going to be the question. And I will always keep my ear to the ground. See what I can come up with. I am looking forward to seeing what they come up with. I'm very excited to see Thunderbolts, which drops tonight where I live. This evening, preview night, I guess. And then officially worldwide tomorrow. Who is going to see Thunderbolts? Who's going to see it? I'm going to see it. I hope. If that works out. But I'm pretty stoked for Thunderbolts. I'm really looking forward to it. Me, says Jalen. Very excited. It's been a while since we've heard so many universally say this is great. This is the best one since Endgame. Usually there's a lot of, or at least some detractors are like, this sucks. This is terrible. Don't go see it. I'm not hearing any of that. I'm hearing everyone saying Thunderbolts is awesome. Go see it. So very excited. I will not give spoilers. When I see it, I will give you a non-spoiler review. I promise. As always. Ah, Petty, that's cute. Okay. Oh, Loki is? Nice. But if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts, leave them in the chat below. We are wrapping this up. I got stuff to do, man. I got stuff to do. If you would like to help support the channel, I've got some great ways to do it. First and foremost, you can scan that QR code right there, and it will take you to buy me a coffee/comics and MUA. Now, the easiest and the freest way to help support the channel is by smashing the like button, subscribing if you're new, and ringing the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more rambling, nerdy nonsense. But if you would like to help support the channel in other ways, I really, really appreciate you, because the truth be told, I am not monetized still. I am 985 hours away from even applying. So I have to depend on support from guys like you, or else I can't pay for the software to keep doing this. It's a struggle. It really is, because I'm poor. But anyway, the first way you could do that is by scanning that QR code that I told you about, which takes you to this link right here, which, by the way, all the links are in the description below. But if you go to buy me a coffee/comics and MUA, it gives you the opportunity to tip me as little or as much as you like. It's completely on you. Also, Cash App. Cash App is an option if you feel comfortable with that. Just $DanielleSoncasie right there. But I also have my merch store. I have a couple, but the one I like best is comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. Every single design you see here, and there are a couple of different pages of them, but all of these designs are made by yours truly. This one is honestly my favorite for the time being. The Arrakis runs on Duncan mug. That's my favorite. It is. And there's also the Saint Neil art and candle. You can get a Saint Neil prayer candle, or visit Sunny Arrakis. There's really a whole bunch. In fact, bloop. We'll just change this up. Why are only those? Anyway, I have a bunch, and it's only showing these items. So anywho, check out comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com today if you would like to buy some sweet merch. There's also my Patreon, where you can join the official Nerdling Army. If you join the Nerdling Army, you're going to get a few things. First of all, you're going to get access to exclusive content, like my comic book script for my comic book that I'm working on, that no one has given me feedback on yet. There's that. There's behind the scenes outtakes, sneak peeks. You can request breakdowns, which some have, and I'm working on that. I promise. Had stuff going on. I'm working on it. Stop judging me. There's also the official Nerdling Army chat, and each tier, which there are 3 of them, starting as little as $3 a month, each tier comes with its own specific exclusive rank and rank insignia, which goes on merch that you get every 3 months for the first year of your patronage. So check out patreon.com/comics and for more information about that. And y'all, I am powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy content creators and podcasters here to talk for you, because that's what this is, just basically talking about nerdy stuff. So if you like this show, chances are you'll probably like others. So go to red5.bio.link today to check out more of your Red 5 family of podcasts. This weekend will be the weekend that Sinners drops. It will probably drop off a bit. I mean, it's been there for a while. It's only dropped down a tad, so poor buddies for life. Yeah. Yeah. I had to chase one yesterday, and by chase I mean BB gun, because I can't run. I can't run. But that's all I got for you nerds. I will be back tomorrow for your daily dose of dork with Daddy on Friday. We'll wrap up the week, start our weekends off right. But until then, I've been Danny. You have been awesome. And I will see you tomorrow. Keep your eye out, because
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!
No.